What's poppin', pimpin'? It's your boy Scotty motherfucking Wilson back with another fabulous episode of Vlogging for My Sanity. Yeah. Ooh, bug. Anywho. So, I just had an interesting thought. I just haven't talked to y'all in a while, so I'm trying to get y'all updated and up to speed. While I'm doing it, if you could do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button so I can do this instead of going back to the streets, then you can save another black man from systematic oppression. And I know I said that like I was like joking, but I'm kind of not. I'm dead ass. Anywho, moving on. So I've realized a few things about myself while I've been doing this whole content creating thing recently. And I don't know if y'all have watched my last couple of videos, so I'm gonna recap real quick. Okay, so the video that's probably doing the best right now amongst all of my videos, because I post so much, it's like really hard for people to probably get engaged and everything, because it's a lot going on my page right now, is the as far as like currently, it's the interesting conversation that I had with Guy on mushrooms. First of all, let me add context to that. Even the title, the reason why I titled it like that is because a lot of, while I was, first of all, I was on mushrooms, but a lot of what I was saying sounded like an internal conversation. So I was speaking as if I was really talking to somebody. And I just wanted to add that context into the conversation, so that way it didn't come across as like this nigga talking to himself. Because I kind of was, but in a sense, that's kind of what you do when you talk to God. You kind of essentially talking to yourself. Like if you were walking around like I'm doing right now in the park and you were having a conversation with God, somebody looking from the outside in, or if somebody was at their house right now looking at me talking, they'd be like, who the fuck is this man talking to? So to add context into what I was talking about, that's why I titled it that way. Not being disingenuous of me not having a conversation with God, because I think I was, but I think adding it in that context makes it more understandable on a genuine scale or a general scale for more people to understand what was actually happening. Anywho, so there's that. The music stuff, the music stuff I've been doing a lot more with as far as like music and trying to incorporate my music more into a lot of my content creating and what I'm doing. And I kind of been having a little bit of a hard time doing it. And I think I understand why it's so difficult for people to become successful in their fields, especially being an artist, and then being a regular person. Matter of fact, I do you one better. This is why it's so hard for me to stick to being a rapper. Because even what I just said, my first initial thought, which is why I'm even adding context now, was when I just said what I just said, I started thinking about the people on the other side of the screen. And I was like, well, what if the person on the other side of the screen is not a rapper? How can I give them what I'm saying value to them? And that's why my shit be so all over the place, because I'm more than a rapper, but that's what I want to be. I want to be a rapper, but that's so interesting in the world that we live in today, because whatever you want to be, you still gonna be more than just that. You just kind of have to put that on the forefront of what you're trying to do, so that way it can trickle down into everything else, so that way you can be happy and then do what you're trying to do for everybody else as well. So that's why I think people be so confused in life sometimes, because I mean, at least for me, it's like you gotta find that fine balance between, I gotta take what I'm doing seriously, so what I'm doing can work, so then I can focus on everything else. But I think something's always gonna kind of falter. Something's always gonna falter. And I think the best thing you could do is to take accountability for that, and then just kind of keep going from there. So that's kind of what I got out of the mushroom trip. And the music shit. But I also truly believe, like I was saying, that I would much rather do mushrooms than like any other medicine, in my personal opinion. I know that you shouldn't say that, and you shouldn't encourage people to do drugs per se. But for me, like when I talk to other people about this, I try to explain it in a way that makes it make sense, so you don't. So, because people brains be cooked, man. People brains be super fucking cooked. And I hate the fact that I have to keep explaining shit when I'm talking, because if I say a certain thing, it might trigger somebody, and then if I trigger you, then it's gonna get off subject of what the fuck we're talking about. So Yeah, anyway. So I don't necessarily look at mushrooms like drugs. I look at it like medicine. And if you look at it like medicine, then I think you would handle it better. Because you shouldn't, if you take too many Advils, you could die. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can't, I don't think you would die taking too many mushrooms, I don't think. I haven't heard of that. But if you just, I mean, in the same context, if you handle stuff like with discipline, if you handle stuff with discipline and handle stuff like you're supposed to, I don't think the world would be as stupid as they come off sometimes. It's like, bro, did you eat breakfast this morning? And then what did you eat? Because people be saying some stupid shit and it don't be making no sense. And then some people be saying some smart shit and it do make sense, but you can't understand it because you're too in your feelings because, you know what I'm saying, your cholesterol high. You got high blood pressure. My boy be out here killing it on the golf string. You know what I was thinking about recently? I was thinking that I want to learn. At first, I used to think I wanted to learn golf. I don't think I want to learn golf. I think I want to learn tennis. I mean, I would like to. I don't know, bro. I just think it just feels boring to me. Like, I feel like it's something that as you get older, you tend to learn how to respect the aspect of how slow it is because it says a lot with life. I think that's why old rich people play golf, because they get it on a different level. It's more of a lifestyle than like a game. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, it's more of a lifestyle than a game. So, but for me, I think that's why right now, especially my age, why I wouldn't necessarily have the most fun playing it, because I like to do shit. And then plus, I don't even think it would work with my personality in general, because my mom's like that too. Like, she move around all the time. She rarely sits still. Like, if I showed y'all, if I've seen some of y'all probably seen my mom before, but if you've seen my mom before, she don't even look her age. Like, she don't move like her age either. So that's why I be thinking about me as I get older. Like, I just don't see me getting old. I don't. Even as I age, I don't see me getting old, if that makes sense. Like the traditional version of getting old, I don't see that. That shit look corny to me. But anyway, oh yeah. I'm trying to recap some shit, my bad. So, what else? Music shit. Oh, so on the journey of trying to understand my, you know what I'm saying, getting more into the music shit of how we doing this and trying to get out here or whatever. My last video, I've started to do these late night vlogs, right? Because sometimes I do my videos late at night because I be chilling and drinking and writing music and stuff like that. And I got a whole process of how I do my music. And sometimes I kind of want to show y'all the process and sometimes I kind of don't. But I kind of did on accident a little bit. The last video that I made, it wasn't the last video I made, I don't think. But the last vlog I did, the last vlogging for My Sanity I did, it was a late night edition. I'm gonna try to start making a playlist for that. So that way you don't have to go through all my videos to try to find it. Most of everything, if you're looking for it, 9 times out of 10 is in a playlist. So music, vlogging, plant shit, all of them are in playlists. So just check a playlist if you can find it. Let's see what else. But yeah, the last video I did, I kind of went through how I do my shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like how I do how I put my music shit together, like how I put songs and stuff together. A little bit. I showed y'all a little bit of what I did. I didn't really go into details of how I did it per se because I didn't break it down, and sometimes that should be boring. But I don't know, I guess that's bad to think like that because, you know, as I grow my fan base, like, you know, y'all seen what Doechii did. She was a YouTuber. I don't understand why I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and also, I kind of like that some of my favorite artists do that. Like, I mean, I know they play the internet game too, so a lot of people don't like them. But for me, I get it. Like, I you know, I like the fact that some rappers have got on Playboi Max's stream and kind of shown they process a little bit of how they, you know, make music. I like that because for me, Some people have a very intricate way of doing it. Some people have a very simplistic way of doing it. For me as an artist, I appreciate you putting out that information all together because you didn't have to fucking do that. Because to me, a lot of these niggas don't really owe us nothing. They really don't. Because on a grand scale, the people on the internet are so retarded and wishy-washy. It's like a lot of we kind of try to demonize celebrities sometimes. But I be like, bro, I kind of see why they don't listen to us. We so wishy-washy with everything as a whole. Now, I can see why, individuals, you will fuck with individuals as a big artist or whatever the case may be. But you can't trust people on a large scale. You just can't. Like, they too fickle. Like, there are people that are saying, like, just some wild shit. Just wild shit. I'm not finna use no example because then motherfuckers gonna get in the comments and be like, I don't know about that. And it's like, see what I'm talking about? That's the shit I'm talking about. Like, me personally, I feel like Jay-Z is probably the greatest rapper of all time. But I'm talking about, like, in totality. And people will straight go back and forth and argue about that just because they just don't like Jay-Z. It don't even have nothing to do with the music. That's what I'm talking about. Like, people won't even have a music conversation. I can't even have music conversations with people because people do shit like that. And that's why I'm like, well, what do you expect from these actors and politicians and fuck, what do you expect from famous people then? If we all keep doing this dumbass shit, keep saying dumbass shit. Like, if I was just watching somebody on TikTok say that shit the other day. I think it was this morning or the other day. And I literally responded and said the same thing because he was like, in Japan, he was trying to explain why everybody likes solo leveling. He was like, well, in Japan, people like storyline. In America, people just like fighting and aura forming. And I'm like, and I heard what he's saying, because to a certain extent, I guess that's true. But I don't like that because it's not like you go on every single, like, post and every single comment and see where every single person is from that's saying certain shit. I can see how you would feel like the Americans are a little bit slower. And they might be. But I think it's a little disingenuous to me because every time I heard it, I'd be like, bro, you ain't talking about me. Because I don't watch none of this shit for real. American shows are very hard for me to watch because they storylines be ass. Sometimes they be good. Some shit be good. But for the most part, they so fucking... If I can predict what's finna happen, I don't really want to watch it. Not for real. Not really. So, and I feel like a lot of American shows are like that. They really traditional. But I mean, to a certain extent, I can understand why people, we still go watch them. We still go watch the movies. So, but some stuff we will actually qualify as bad if it's actually bad. So, rambles. I'm still rambling. So, I'm trying to navigate all of that with the music shit and with the content creating stuff, and we should be just going from there. Let's see here. What else going on with me, y'all? What else going on with me? I'm still dropping music every Thursday. I didn't drop nothing this week. I don't know when I'm gonna drop this video, but I didn't drop nothing this week of whenever I made the video. But I might drop something by the time I actually drop this video. I'll have something that Thursday. Because like I said, a lot of the music that I'm putting out right now, it's not current music. A lot of this shit is old. It's stuff that I've done a long time ago. I just wanted y'all to hear it so you can know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, when I get on here and be like, oh, yeah, I'm really a rapper. And they be like, yeah. Another one of these niggas that be like, oh my God, I'm a rapper. But then you actually go listen to it, and it's like, oh no, he actually is a rapper, okay. He actually is good at it. Yeah, I'm actually good at it. That's the crazy part. But I can't also, I got something for y'all, my bad. But that's another reason why I feel like, I almost feel obligated to document how I'm doing this in real time. Because there's some celebrities that always say, I got everything that I did documented, but we don't know nothing about it because they attached to some type of label or something like that. They in a contract or something like that, so they can't display everything they got going on. So now we got to wait till they're 50 or maybe pass away, and then probably still won't get the fucking documentaries of shit that's going on because people want to hold on to it and they know that the industry want to use it and all this, that, and the other. So we're not going to be able to get to see a whole bunch of shit that might touch or inspire somebody to add some kind of change into the world, but we ain't going to get there because, we got to worry about the evil. So whatever. I mean, I get it because it is a lot going on. So, but shit kind of whack. That's why, I think that is dope though, that we have artists like Doechii who, you can kind of see, because I don't know if y'all know, some of y'all might not be old enough to know this, but I remember when Nicki Minaj first got on, like when she got really on. See, a lot of y'all don't know that she was with Gucci Mane before she was signed to Cash Money and blew up. And when she was with Gucci Mane, you know what I'm saying? Some would say she was better. Some would say. But that, I remember, bro. I remember when she started getting with Cash Money and people was telling me, because I didn't know who Nicki Minaj was. People would tell me, especially women, they would tell me about her. They'd be like, you don't know who Nicki Minaj is? And she was with Gucci Mane. She did the freestyle in the baseball park, all this, that, and the other. And I remember them telling me about the freestyle in the baseball park that she did. It looked like she was at some school or something. But when I went to look for it, it was gone. It was gone, y'all. It did literally. I'm telling you, there was a time where celebrities and the internet was clearing people's history away, so that way it could look a certain way for everybody else. They didn't want you to see the come up. To their point, because you might think, oh well, that was the end. You know what I'm saying, the evils, powers that be, that was doing stuff like that. Before you get to thinking like that, I want you to understand, and you probably will know this as you get older in life, I want you to understand that was the times that we live in, or the times that we live in. Whatever's going on right now, I promise you 10 years from now, you're going to be like, bro, that was weird. So understand that the times we live in are the times we live in. So it's no need for you to be shocked and scared and be like, oh, well, we don't, nobody cares about anything. If we didn't care about anything, then we'd still be doing the same shit. So somebody care. Anywho, around that time where people were wiping celebrities' histories away and this, that, and the other, it wasn't really profitable to do that. I think the industry don't care about us as much as we think they do. As far as like the powers that be, the politicians, all this, that, and the other, I don't think they care about us as much as we think they do. Because now they allow people's histories to stay out there because they can profit from it. Now it's not a bad thing for your past history to come up, because now they can profit from it, from when before they could lose money like that. So now, because it's all about money, because nobody really care about you, and they keep trying to get us confused with all of this racism and other shit, because they be like, yeah, everybody being racist. And it's like, no. It's really about money. Y'all be thinking it's about religion or this, that, and the other, and it's always about money. It's literally always about money. So people just be disingenuous because they want some money. And if you say that, then it comes across like you're an evil person, and they be like, but no, we really care about the people. No, you just wanted some money. So you can say you care about the people. So you can pay for some shit for the people. So you can say, I care about the people, when you really don't care about the people. You care about the money. Which is really nothing wrong with it, in my personal opinion, if you just be, genuine about what the fuck you're saying. In my personal opinion, I wouldn't care. Hey, I'd rather you just be forward with me. But I think that's the times we live in now. We live in a time now where it's much better for you to be forward. I think the whole world is kind of giving us that. I know people hate that to a certain extent, but I want y'all to realize that that's just tradition fighting generational change. That's all that is. The traditional people were fighting the generational change, and we've been doing that since the beginning of time. So don't making you feel no type of way. I think it is utterly ridiculous that black people are running around talking about it's okay that Hulk Hogan was a racist, because I had this doll when I was a kid. Nigga, what? Wait, what'd you say? Why you, what? So it's okay for people to be pieces of shit as long as they do things that are big enough to inspire you to where it's not a direct problem to you. Because that's kind of what that sounds like. Because you basically saying, as long y'all can be pieces of shit, and that's why you shouldn't say shit like that in a grand scheme, because y'all know that kids are easily influenced, and you need to add context to shit like that, because somebody will clip that part or clip a lot of the shit y'all say, and now the impression is on a grand scheme that it's okay to be a piece of shit as long as you achieve a lot. So then what you'll do is you'll start creating a bunch of overachievers who are okay with being pieces of shit. And then we're just gonna go back to the 90s. And women will be underpaid again, and niggas will be not having jobs, and black women will be not listened to, and all that other shit. Because it's okay for you to be an overachiever. It's okay for you to be a piece of shit as long as you're an overachiever. And people will allow you to do that as long as you're an overachiever. As long as you get so popular that your children are allowed to have the dolls of these people, and because kids don't know no better, it's okay, for them to have the dolls of people that are pieces of shit. It's okay. That's what you're telling children. Like, you can't do that just because we're on the internet having conversations with adults. You have to think about the people that are behind the screen. And my thing is, I'm not going to sit here and be so disingenuous and pretend like if I get 1 million fucking views that I know that 1 million of those people are fucking adults. You don't know who the fuck you talking to. So at least add context to what the fuck you're saying. That's what I'm saying. At least add context if you give a fuck. If you give a fuck. If you don't give a fuck, then hey, keep doing what you're doing. But I'm here to tell y'all that if they don't add context, they don't give a fuck about you. So you probably shouldn't be listening to them. And that's my message as a rapper. That's why I should be able to rap about whatever the fuck I want to rap about. Because I bet you I ain't gonna lie to you. How about that? Now, it might be some shit going on that ain't none of your business. And that's cool. Because I'm not the type of person, I've never been the type of fan that seems like I overly care about your business. Unless you're a piece of shit. There are certain... and that's a fine line. I ain't gonna lie. It's a fine line between being a piece of shit and a regular adult. Because adults are so full of shit. I'm telling you. Like, people in general are so full of shit that they so disingenuous about what they saying that they'll make it seem like because they're an adult that it's okay to do whatever the fuck they're doing. Oh, well, it's okay. Like, that's why people like kids more than they like adults. Because you can't necessarily lie to kids. Because kids don't have the whatever it is that we build up in ourselves as adults that makes us block out the ability to do things just the right way. Like, we literally develop like something in us that like blocks us from doing the right thing all the time. Because there's no fucking way in the world. There's no fucking way in the world as a kid. Because this is how I know people be disingenuous. Because how the fuck you gonna tell me I remember thinking this as a kid. Y'all don't make no sense. Y'all still don't make no sense. I just became an adult. But as a kid, y'all never made sense. How the fuck you gonna tell me that this particular religion has been the bane of my entire ethnicity's existence in so many words? Y'all have attacked people and attacked people and attacked people and attacked people and attacked people. But you want me to listen to that because it's under the guise of some person that's in the fucking sky that everybody decides they want to listen to whenever the fuck they want to listen to. On a genuine scale, that doesn't make any sense. What happens to kids is you keep telling them that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, that by the time they hit 17, 18, 19, it's stuck. Which is why you get people who by the time they 30 get stuck in their ways. Which is why people be so conflicted when they in their 30s, because you conflicted between everything that you done learned in your 20s and everything that you was taught before that. And now you have the experience of time because now you've been on the planet for at least, 3 decades, which is a bigger number than 2. So now you have more context to everything that you've been experiencing. And people get conflicted with that when they're in their 30s. Because there's reality and then there's what you've been taught. You feel what I'm saying? Because even if your parents told you, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is what a Christian is supposed to do, or this is what a God-fearing person, I'm not going to use the word Christian because I don't want to hate on nobody. This is what a God-fearing person is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You be like this. Once you've experienced at least a decade of real life and realize that real life don't give a fuck about what your parents said to you, you get conflicted. Whether you want to admit it or not, you get conflicted. You get conflicted. And now you spend the bulk of your next decade trying to basically balance that out. So, anywho, and then you get aside all of the other stuff that you want to do. It's like content creating and making music and all that other shit. Because as you can see, I started rambling about some other shit that's probably more important than music. But if I don't focus on my goal, which is being a successful artist, then I'm never going to be able to even have that conversation with you. I'm just going to be stuck at 1 or 2 views and you're not even going to see it. You're not even going to hear it. When this might be more important than me putting out the music. So, but if I can keep going because I'm determined to do music to the point where the good information still spews out there in one form or another, then hey, I did my job, you dig? I did my job. So, I said all that to say, just think about that not in the same context of if you a rapper. Think about that in whatever it is you want to do. I don't give a damn what it is. Like I say, for me, I just figured that out in the aspect of being a rapper. But A lot of the stuff that I say always translates into real life because I figured out in college that building a rapper is the same thing as building a business. And if you take away your fucking personality or your ego, not your personality, but if you take your ego out of it, then you can realize that you take care of shoes. If you were a shoemaker and you wanted to start a shoe company, you would treat those shoes like children. You wouldn't treat it like a product. You wouldn't treat it like an inanimate object. You would treat it like a person. And rappers are so egotistical, they think because they're products, now that makes them not a person. Dumbass, you're a fucking product. And if you were treating your product correctly, you would be treating it like a person. That's why niggas get online and get mad after their contracts get fucked up. And they be like, they screwed me over. No, you were worried about the money. Stop being disingenuous to everybody else trying to lie to us. Because we don't know what happened behind closed doors. These niggas be lying. Because I noticed some rappers be complaining, some rappers don't. I think it's really interesting about the ones who complain and the ones who don't. I be wanting to formally apologize to Pusha T sometimes. Because I was like, damn, he was hating on Drake. That's fucked up. Till he came out and explained the shit he was going through, I was like, well, wait a minute. Just to be fair, like I said, I don't know none of these people. But if I'm just being fair, a fair human being, if I was in that same position, I'd be pissed off too. Like, first of all, I didn't even want to diss this nigga. Like, I probably didn't even want to be involved in none of this shit. I've been telling y'all I don't want to be involved in none of this shit. And then I do this shit for y'all, and now here you go, act like it don't fucking matter. Tell me you ain't never been in that position before. Tell me you ain't never been in a position before where you was riding for your team, and then you realized the team wasn't riding for you. How can you be mad at that? We be so disingenuous to each other, man. As humans, just on a human level. Just on a human level. We be so very disingenuous to each other. And I think that's very unfair because then you leave room for the bullshit. You know, so yeah, I think that's pretty much where I'm at with it for the day. You know, we be vlogging for My Sanity. I'm at about 27 minutes. We've been out here walking this whole time. I kind of wanted to keep walking until about 12 o'clock anyway. I did a little exercising this morning. So, you know, to a certain extent, I could actually make these exercise vlogs too. I guess I could. I could make this kind of like a healthy thing. The thing about it is, I call it vlogging for my sanity because my mental health be everywhere. I'm really here for the people who got mental health issues. I'm not really here for everybody that's trying to be something per se. You know, and I think like for workout people, it takes a lot of discipline to do workout shit. So I would have to be very consistent with y'all with like workout shit. And then all you would want to see is workout shit. And then I would probably, you know, well, who knows? Who knows? You never know. I was finna say I might piss somebody off with workout shit because then they'd be like, what? He don't like Republicans. Bro, I don't like none of you niggas. And that's the thing. Like, people be scared to be themselves because they so used to the 90s. A lot of people, I'm telling y'all, like anybody that wasn't really like super aware in the 90s, that's all this is. People be scared to be themselves because they're scared of the 90s still. They still think because somebody gonna find out that you think women shouldn't talk, then all of a sudden now people are not gonna like buy from you. When in reality, there's enough dumb people that think like you where you would be totally fine. You would be totally fine. Take you and your idiots that feel like women shouldn't talk over there somewhere. You just don't have to, like, you don't have to be where we at. You feel what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna take this one last lap and then I'm done. Because I should have stopped on that one. So I'm at 29. So, it means I've been gone for about 30 minutes. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this one and do this last lap and then I'm done. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I do have another community event coming up where we're doing a free giveaway. We're just doing giveaways of clothes and stuff like that for anybody who has been affected by the tornado disaster that was here in St. Louis. We will be down on West Florissant in front of O'Fallon Park. It'll be the last weekend in this month. So if you have anything that you want to donate, or if you just want to help, because it would be nice, because niggas always want to come to functions but don't want to help clean up nothing. That's so annoying to me. And that's why I stopped going to rapper events, because I felt like I was the only person that do that. Like, I'm the person that'll come to the club early and like help y'all set up shit. It's just I like talking to people. I like getting to know who I'm around and talking to people. So for me, it makes it easier for me to maneuver, and then I have less anxiety. If I know who the bartender is, the club owner is, the bouncers are, I can really give a damn about who the rest of these people are in the club. That's just always been me. Like, I've always been like that. I need to know who the important people are. Who are the important people? Let me know all of the women in here, you know what I'm saying? And if I can make sure that they good and then they safe, I can really give a fuck about the rest of these people. Make sure all of the bartenders are good and safe. Make sure all of the door girls are good and safe. Like, if I can show that that's who I am, this will make this transition much easier. And that's why I think the only thing I need to do now is kind of like focus on getting money and getting my life together. Because truth be told, even though St. Louis is a hater city, people hate because they don't have nothing better to do. This is also a city of like followers as well, which means, and it's not a bad thing. It means that if you go achieve something that it's hard for other people to achieve, they will follow you. Because people, it's such a struggle to live here that everybody's always kind of looking for like a way out. And if you figure out something that it seems like it's hard for other people to figure out, they will follow you. And a lot of people look at that like it's a bad thing because they don't want to admit that they're followers. But I am too. So, but I also don't think that you can be a good leader without knowing how to be a good follower. So my brain is a little bit different when it comes to that. So I don't, that's a little bit, that's different when it comes to me. I don't mind being called a follower. That's fine. Let me show you how to do it. Shit. So, but yeah, I think that's kind of the issue when it comes to stuff like that. And for me, I think it winds up playing out a lot better because now when I do get my shit together or when I do got something going on, especially because I haven't like hurt nobody's feelings or slept with nobody baby mama or did no dumbass shit like these niggas be doing. Just disingenuous little disrespectful shit. Niggas just be disrespectful. Don't get me wrong. Men still gonna be men at the end of the day. Don't get it twisted. Y'all might hear some stories about me doing man shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, and in that aspect, I'm pretty sure some women might say, nigga, you ain't shit. Whatever. I wasn't hurt nobody's feelings. I wasn't trying to entrap nobody. And I didn't fucking, well, never mind. Because I might have. Never mind. Yeah, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I used to be fucked up. That's why I'm trying to get myself together. Yeah, I used to be fucked up. Yeah. But that's the problem, though. That's another thing, too. If you know somebody that used to be fucked up and they genuinely trying to, like, be a better person, you should probably listen to them more than the average person, because they can definitely tell you what not to do. They've been there before. That's true be told. That's why people like hoes more than they like good girls. If we be honest, people like hoes more than they like good girls because hoes may have more experience and they can actually teach you more about life than good girls. That's actually a secret men never wanted to admit, but it's actually very true. Sorry, ladies, but that's true. So I mean, there is a way that you could beat that. That doesn't mean you have to go be a whore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go be a whore, but that's really what it is. It's because whores don't really have the same, especially when they're young, they don't have the same like bitterness towards life as good girls do, because it's hard to be a good person. So what happens is a lot of people that work hard on being a good person, they kind of create resentment because they feel like the rest of the world doesn't they feel like the rest of the world doesn't reward them for being a good person, so that it kind of creates this little bit of bitterness and resentment in them, and then it makes them like really, really hard to tolerate, and they don't even realize it because they're just being to them who they are. And it's like, bitch, you are so annoying. Like, everything you do is fucking complain, and you don't think it's a complaint because you feel like it's genuine. This is just how I felt. Like, you're not even understanding what the world did to you, and now I gotta deal with it on a and basically kind of refix you. Like, that's basically what I'm doing, and you can't say that to them, because if you do, then they, you know what I'm saying, then they gonna get defensive and they gonna get in their feelings, and it just be a whole fucking thing, bro. And it's like, man, that shit's whack. But but it doesn't mean that bad people are bad people. It doesn't mean that people are bad people. It just means you should understand people, because truth be told, you probably the same way. That's the other fucked up part about that. People will sit there and agree with what I said, be like, yeah, I know hella people like that. You might be one of them. That's probably why you keep running into them. You might just be one of them. For me, I think the difference between me though and the average person is I don't care about admitting shit like that. I don't care about like necessarily the way people look at me in totality. I do feel like I don't want to be like an embarrassment to like my parents and shit like that, or an embarrassment to my girl. But it's certain shit that I've like done or not done in my life because I was really genuinely like worried about what other people thought about me. And I'm like, I really shouldn't have cared, because when you can stand in something that's like, first of all, yeah, I stick to that point. When you can stand in something, bro, you really will end up beating the odds, and people will end up like kind of being on your side with whatever it is if you stand in it like tough enough. And when I say tough, I don't mean be arrogant about it. Don't be arrogant about what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? If somebody tell you, hey, your music is trash, don't be like, you don't understand music. That's the wrong way to handle that. Trust me, as an artist, I'm telling you, that is the wrong way to handle. If anybody told me I was trash, I had to think about who was talking and why they said that. Understand context. If you understand context, then that's how you'll be able to beat all of these whatever issues that you're dealing with. Because I was dealing with the same issues. And like I said, I fucked up enough to be able to give you the answer on what I should have did. And when people was telling me my music was trash, I shouldn't have taken that offensively. I shouldn't have taken that personally. Because first of all, why do you feel that way? And that is how I end up beating that thought process and understanding to put me at a level of where now it would be really, really hard for you to say that I'm trash. Unless you were being disingenuous. Like, you would have to explain to me why it's trash. Now, you may be able to explain why it's not mixed correctly. That doesn't mean trash. You can explain why maybe you're not feeling the hook. That doesn't mean trash. You can explain why maybe you don't like the beat. That doesn't mean trash. If you can add context, then you can tell me why you don't like it. But that doesn't mean it's trash. So you have to understand that when you're talking to people, and in that way, you can kind of get where you're trying to get to. Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing today?
I can't complain. But yeah. So that's the best way to handle that situation, man. You handle that by realizing that verse. Nothing is personal. None of this shit is really personal. Nobody really give a fuck. Because 100 people could tell you that you can ask 100 people, is your song trash? And they say yeah. But then you accidentally leave it on SoundCloud or some shit like that. And Cardi B heard the song. She be like, this shit hard. Now all of a sudden the whole world like, yeah, your song hard. I mean, I think it happens more than people think they do. Because just think about how many celebrities that we have. Not even just celebrities. Think about how many successful people that we have in the world these days. Because we always talk about how many people don't do it. But I know a lot of people who are in positions, whether they know it or not, to where they could give a look. I know a lot of people that could give a look. I know that. But I also know a lot of people who are in those positions who don't feel comfortable giving a look because they already feel like they look is fragile. I know niggas who have worked for years to develop a look and wouldn't dare post nobody else but they shit because your look is fragile. It's very fragile. See, and that's what's going to be the difference between me and those people, because I've been watching those people for a very long time. And you're not going to be able to beat me because my look is not going to be fragile. My look is me. Like, there's not going to be too much I'm going to be able to do to like fall off for real, by the time I get where I'm trying to get to, because my people know me. You know what I'm saying? And you can do the same thing with whatever it is you're trying to do. Whatever it is you're trying to do in life, you can do the exact same thing. Like, let them people see you fucking up. Let them people see you being humble. Let them people see you going through some bullshit. Let's show them the fucked up microphone, because that's what I'm doing. Show them the fucked up microphones. Show them the when your car got repossessed, like me. Like, show them when your lights got cut off. Show them when you didn't have no money. Show them when you didn't have no food. Show them when you didn't have no nothing. See, y'all so scared of what people think that you're not gonna get nowhere. See, I am over it. I don't give a fuck what you think, because all it takes is one. All it takes is one. It only takes one song, one video, one clip, one anything. If the right person see me, hear me, and be like, bro, that nigga I fuck with him. That kind of dope, let me hit him up and see if I can. Bro, it only take one time. It only take one time. So if I can show you that, fuck telling you, if I can show it to you, that's what's more important. See, people think that you do stuff like this and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, some miracle happened and they look at it like it's unfair because they didn't go put in the work. No, I'm gonna be able to tell you that I put in the work. I'm gonna be able to tell you that I did this, and this. And this is how this played out for me. It's about showing and proving. People gotta stop talking so much. That's all that is. So I'm gonna end it right there. Make sure you like and subscribe. I don't want to keep rambling because I'm running out of breath because it's hot. But I also do like talking to y'all while I'm moving and walking because it helps me when I'm on stage as a rapper. See, everything that I do has a point. I'll be trying to tell y'all. But yeah, talking and walking with the microphone, especially with the phone in my hand, does kind of correlate to me walking around with a microphone for a long period of time, because I've learned that I do my best shows when I talk. I mean, rapping helps for sure, but you have to figure out a way to make your audience fuck with you. And I talk a lot, but I've actually developed some pretty dope shows talking. Unfortunately, I don't have them. I didn't get a chance to record all of them. Yeah. I remember there's this one video. I might still have it. I might post it for y'all. But it was crazy. It was pretty embarrassing, actually. Well, it felt embarrassing. But if I find it, I might still post it. I was talking a lot of shit. I was just basically saying I came to the show by myself, and I didn't have like a whole crew of niggas that I had to pay to repeat my lyrics. Like, I'm just here with my shit, and if that shit trash, I would prefer y'all to boo me. I literally said that on stage. I would prefer y'all to boo me if I'm trash, because I'm not finna pay nobody to fucking teach me shit, to talk about my shit about shit. If you don't like it, tell me you don't like it. Tell me genuinely that you don't like it. If I'm trash, tell me I'm trash. Don't sit up here and hype me up because you want me to feel good about myself in a moment. Fuck that. I'm not these niggas. Don't sit up here and fucking pat me on the head, tell me some good job. Ain't no fucking dog. If my shit trash, tell me that shit trash. Fuck that. Cause I hate that. This should be pissing me off. I be going to these shows and everybody be clapping for everybody like niggas be hard. Niggas don't even be hard. Niggas be trash. But we gotta clap for everybody because we want to show support. Make sure I've heard so many fucking promoters say that dumbass shit. Make sure y'all clap, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We gotta show love. We gotta show support. No, we don't. We want to show y'all nothing. I'm sitting there lying to these people. That's exactly what's wrong with the world. We keep telling people that's trash that they dope. So then the dope people don't get no looks because we gotta pay attention to the trash people. I'm tired of talking to these niggas. They trash. Shit hell. And look, if I can't do nothing about it, don't gas me up then. How about that? If I'm trash, tell me I'm trash. But like I said, you're gonna have to add context. You're gonna have to explain it to me. Break it down. What you talking about? Because if you just say some disingenuous dumbass shit, then I know you just a disingenuous dumbass motherfucker. And we ain't nothing to talk about. So, you know, niggas just be trolling because they ain't got nothing better to do. Which is cool. That's engagement, so we here for that too. But I ain't got time. Sit here and go back and forth with you because you ain't got nothing better to do. I got shit to do. Shit hell. So, anywho, I'm almost at the crib, y'all. It's hot as hell out here. Oh my goodness. So, Like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, upload when I can. What in the hell? She got a forest in her backyard. That's crazy. My bad. All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. See y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Peace.